Welcome everyone. Adam is Woo here, and just made a wish that I could cover lots of miles today and have no traffic problems, no car problems, commuting quickly as I head. I'm in Missouri right now. Been driving for a couple hours already, went through St. Louis this morning, drove a little further, and now I will be veering up a little bit northwest into Nebraska at some point today, and I will be venturing west, going to cover a lot of miles. I'm inviting you. You got a question? You got a question there? That's right, no travel job is too big for me. I mean, I don't know which job you're referring to, sir. It's a muffler man right here. You got a question? Or you need to tinkle? Join me. Feels good out here too. Feels really good. I might have to put my hoodie on later though. See what happens. See how the weather goes. Shall you? Need to gas up, Mr. Fuel. Self-pumping nozzle mechanism. Also gonna go inside, get some coffee. I haven't even had caffeine yet so far, and I've already been up for a few hours driving. Need a piping hot caffeinated beverage from Mr. Fuel. And didn't take long for me to grab my hoodie. Kind of chilly. Also, as the recording of this is Thursday, April 28, 2022. The road ahead. Imagine doing a road trip on a tractor. Probably take a little bit longer. And looking at the clouds and the rain on the windshield, might be a wet, stormy day. Off one of the exits on Interstate 70 is something called the McStop. McDonald's. Obviously a truck stop, but I've never heard of that term before, the McStop. And look at the M. Those are not the golden arches, but they are arches. And there's a place tucked away back here called Ozark Land. It says road trip tradition. Now I'm not super familiar with Interstate 70. Usually I'll take I-10, I-40. I-70 is just above I-10 and I-40. More towards the Midwest and upper states. So this is not a tradition for me, Ozark Land. Looks like a pretty neat place. They have peanut clusters and jams and jellies and a fantastic gift shop. Notice here at Tiger Pond, take a look at this. It's a good way to advertise your pawn shop. Got off the interstate. This ranch right here is where the Budweiser Clydesdales are kept. There's a few horses right there. It's called Warm Springs Ranch. And then just across the road is Peach Tree Farm, which has some horses made of either corn stalks or hay. Looks like I'm getting into Casey's territory. Oh, there's a bird up there on the sign. They have these in Indiana where my sister lives. The same kind of general area, Midwest. I did not get a pizza, but I did get these. This is kind of a go-to snack I get a lot on the road. I don't know, I always just like kind of nibbling on these while I'm on a road trip. It's been a while since I had a bag, but I got one. I am now in downtown Blue Springs. Taking a look at the facade of this building. Kind of futuristic looking. You can tell it's been there for a while though. And in this exact spot was the beginning point of the world's shortest and smallest St. Paddy's Day parade. Back on March 17th of 1978 here in Blue Springs, Missouri. And in front of this Home Loans building is this very unique sculpture. Continue driving over to Kansas City now. Fun fact, this little wooded area right back here where you see the construction behind that building, that's where Mickey Mouse was born. Walt Disney found a mouse in there, became Mortimer, then he drew it and then changed the name to Mickey. That's the short story. But this was the old Laugh-O-Gram Studios. Went bankrupt. Walt ended up moving to Southern California. Didn't give up, and then obviously the rest is history. But they have been promising a restoration of this for quite some time. So every time I go through Kansas City, or at least nearby, I always will swing by here, do a little update, and I am happy to say it appears as if that restoration might be happening, because look over here, there are some bricks that have been delivered here. After reading the date on the paperwork, it seems that it was the end of 2021, so it's been a few months as they've been sitting there. But the last time I was here, none of this was like busted up and broken. They also have the sidewalk closed signage right here. I've never seen this building in this sort of disarray before. Walking over these rocks past the stanchion. Walt Disney's Kansas City, the cradle of animation. That's what the building looks like usually. About 4 or 5, 6 months ago, gosh, maybe even a year ago, I had heard that a car drove through this section, plowed into this and destroyed it. That could be why it's open like this, but not really 100% sure. There are some construction workers walking by, but they might be working on something else down the way. But I've never seen this open like this, nor have I seen those windows up top open before. This looks like all new brick. This is like some of that new brick there. Got the scaffolding here. Looks like it's happening. And there's one window around here that I'm always hoping will be open. So basically, the offices of Laugh-O-Gram, they were not down here. There was a restaurant down here and down here. The whole building is now going to be restored, supposedly. But on the back side, not the back side of Water Lake Jungle Cruise, but the back side of this building are a few windows. That's where his offices were, where all the animation was, the Alice cartoons, all that. But yeah, look. All those windows are wide open over there. Wow. Now this building has been torn down since the last time I was through here. So all this is being leveled and destroyed. This building not going to be leveled and destroyed because that's the historical building, which should be preserved, and it appears as if they're doing something on it. This has been an update. This is one of those spots, just like in Chicago, his boyhood home, which is supposedly being renovated as well, that I've just been waiting patiently to be able to get inside of. So I am hoping they go through with this. This becomes a museum, and one day I can get inside. The thing is, I don't really know. They might not be working on this. This might have just been where the car plowed through the front of it a while back. They put these boards up, and now it's just been sitting here. That's the only thing I can really think of. It doesn't look like they're really doing anything active here. Tough to tell. Time will tell. That whole area there is fenced off, but over here, there's a little pathway where people have walked. I'm gonna walk up here, see if I can get a peek in that window. I've always tried to get a peek in, right over there. So it's the last two windows, which is where the office was. The other one's covered up with a sheet. Then there's the second one. So just use your imagination against that wall in there. Actually, you can see the wall. Kind of see the bricks in there. There's one photo of Walt at a desk in there, right over against that wall. But that, getting in there, is for a later date. If it goes through, I'll return. This has just been an update. Was in the area, thought I'd drop by. A lot different than I was here last time though, that's for sure. Glad I stopped off. Okay, moving on. Kansas City skyline over there. And traffic. Here in the town of Fawcett, off the exit off the interstate. Used to be a truck stop here. It was torn down. They built a new one just down the way. But the truck that was here to advertise said truck stop still exists. It's just now being utilized for a different purpose. Just kind of dangling above this field. Right here off the interstate. Oh, there goes the birds flying away. You got a full 18-wheeler truck up there. Elevated on those bars. Also this TV tower or radio tower as well. See you later, truck. When it's all said and done, by the end of the day, we'll have covered another 500-mile commute. A lot of interstate stuff. But want to also stop off at some small towns just to mix it up. Look at this old theater, the State Theater. Mound City is the name of this area. This is a thing of beauty right here. Look at this. Wow. Established 1938. The only reason I know that is it says it right there on the paperwork. But still have the ticket booth out front. Oh, there's even some tickets inside, the old doors. Got some tickets right there. Not really a hustling and bustling town, but this theater's awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. Beautiful. Now this sign is not for the state of Oregon, but the town of Oregon. insurance company. Well, the insurance company's closed as well. Farmer Mutual Insurance Company used to be the bank of Mound City. And you can see the Mound is spelled with a V instead of a U. Right there in the middle. With the Farmers Exchange and Dollar General. Almost every town has a Dollar General or some sort of dollar store. Now, I will not be in Iowa for very long, just a few miles. But the route I'm on just touches the corner. So I am documenting this sign. I also need fuel. Time for another fill up. $4.38 from Sap Brothers. Self-pumping nozzle. This is my second fill up, even though I have about another hour drive, so it won't use the whole tank. The reason I picked this place over the Pilot next door is because they have a coffee kettle as their little mascot. In fact, look over there. That's their water tower. That's their coffee pot. Just crossed over a bridge and a river. I am now in Nebraska, veering off of the paved road onto an unpaved farm road. Supposedly there is a historical marker up here that's pretty interesting. I'm not seeing it. Okay, I found it. (1862), the first self-propelled road vehicle used west of the Missouri River was invented by Joseph R. Brown of Minnesota. It started on its first trip from Nebraska City to Denver on July 12th of 1862, was disabled and abandoned 1,000 feet northwest of this spot. So it didn't make it very far. Did not get too far down the way. It was a noble effort. This little placard's pretty awesome. That's pretty dang cool. This is all the way out here. Look at that. I'm getting some Castaway vibes. Woo! Glad I had my window rolled up. I just looked up how far I went today. 555 miles from Lincoln, Nebraska, where I'm stopping for the evening, got my bags there, to Marion, Illinois, where I started. 555 direct, so I probably did close to 600 with veering off and filming. About an 11 hour drive. Pretty tired. It is now 7:03. I left at 8 a.m. So 11 hours. All right, I'm gonna go turn in for the evening. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.